Hello, hello. Please come in. There's some fresh cookies in the cookie jar. There's a pitcher of Kool-Aid on the counter. Have a seat. We are going to discuss a special movie trilogy that we have been covering all month long. So have a seat. Get your favorite drink, beverage, some snacks. We're just going to have a fun time talking about all things Sonic. So welcome in. Who's joining me for this special live event?
This is Seth.
Good to see you, Seth. We've got Galaga Guy. Hello, hello. Good to see you. And we want to give a big shout out to Galaga Guy. He is our sponsor for this month. We cannot stress that enough. He has been so cool about these Funko Pops. Yes, they are still here. I got to get them out every time. I just want to show they're legit because you see these contests sometimes and you're like, is this for real? No, this is totally for real. Like, I've still got them in my possession, and I've enjoyed having them in my possession. They've looked so good on my little mantle area. But yes, we have Sonic, we've got Tails, and we can't forget about Knuckles. Old Knuckles there. 8-bit. That's what's so cool about these. These aren't your standard figures. They are 8-bit. So if you grew up playing Sonic, I mean, this is almost a must-have, in my opinion. You got to have some kind of interest in these, and you can only get them at Target. So again, if they are sold out, I guess you're gonna have to pay a hefty price to get them, but you could win them. So we're opening this up. If you guys join in, if you guys comment, you'll get an entry in. We're keeping track of the entries, and we're gonna have a special drawing of. We've had a little bit of a technical difficulty here and there, so we may not have the winners tonight. If I can get it to work, we might discuss that. Me and Seth have been back and forth on should we do it now? Should we do it separately? If we can get it to work, absolutely. We'll reveal the winner. So make sure you comment. You know, if you're dropping in, say hello. That's all you got to do. Just say hi, how's it going? And you'll be entered in. So great to see you, Seth. Sorry, I'm so much on let's get into this. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. A lot going on lately, but I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, this has been a fun month, I just have to say, and being able to look back on these movies. There's so much we didn't talk about. There's so much in these movies of, we try to keep episodes kind of to the point. We try to give you a summary. Now, early on, if you go back to earlier episodes, we were much more in depth. We definitely broke down the movies, but we break movies down, but we try to keep it more on the simple side. So this is a great opportunity. There's some, things here and there I'd like to bring out, but I mean, I don't know where to begin when it comes to these movies. I guess when you look at the full scope of all three of these movies, I mean, what kind of comes to your mind, Seth? Just even at a glance, what would you describe them?
Action-packed. That's the word I would probably go with. It's been an interesting ride, seeing everything kind of move forward. I really like the way they unveiled the characters and everything. And my notes, I don't know if you want to jump into the first one or not, but
yeah,
my notes, I said in the first movie, I thought that they established the characters really well, and I loved the cast. They really brought in a good cast for the first movie.
Yeah, that I was so happy when I first saw the first Sonic the Hedgehog. There was a lot of doubt going into it. I mean, it's infamous now of the animation with Sonic and how he looked. And I still can't get over that. They went back and redid it. Movie studios don't do that. They just kind of go, no, this is our way or the highway kind of mentality. And the fact they went back and they had I looked it up later. That's something I couldn't recall if we mentioned that on the episode, but they had to spend an extra $5 million in the animation to get it where it looks now. That's just kudos to them. They could have said, no, we're going to pocket this $5 million wherever it came from, if it was contingency or they had to raise it or whatever. But they said, no, we're going to make sure that the fans are going to be happy. And I'm so glad they did. If you go back and look at those, oh man, I don't think I would have enjoyed them a fraction. As much as it's just how it looks, it really does make a difference. You got to get Sonic right. And I think they did a great job with that. So, yeah, I mean, we could just kind of break it down, looking at the movies. And again, if you're joining with us, welcome in. Any thoughts you have on the trilogy as a whole? Maybe we'll just start with the first movie, like you brought out. I mean, was there anything that we didn't get a chance to touch on, or even just to kind of emphasize about the first?
Um, Really, I feel like we covered it well, but I will reiterate how much I enjoyed the characters. I mean, like Dr. Robotnik was so much fun. The quotes, the action again was really well done, and it's a good humor, a good humor for the first movie.
It was. I was really surprised at that. And yeah, Galaga guy, let's get this party started. Giveaway time. I'm going to work on that, Galaga guy. I want to make sure that if we can, because we've discussed about it, and we want to. We're very interested to see who could win this. We've got the entries. We just got to do the drawing. So, and yeah, new comment. What does he say there, Seth? I'll let you read what Galaga guy said.
He said, "I still haven't seen the third one," and then a sad face.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Wouldn't you agree, Seth? I would.
Oh yeah, I will get to the third review, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's really clever and well done.
Yeah. You got to get your tickets now. And especially since it's been out for what now, 2 weeks now. Um, I don't think the theaters will be as crowded. So it shouldn't be as bad of an experience. And not that it was a bad experience. We had a packed house. You know, we got the privilege of seeing it early, still giving as much as we can praise to Paramount. They were just so awesome. They were so friendly and kind with us. I mean, that's not just us. We got free tickets and showing. That's enough for me to promote them all. One, go check out Paramount Plus if you haven't, whatever it is. Just they're really awesome people, at least the ones that we work, talk to. They were so accommodating. But it was great. It was a packed house, and it still was enjoyable. There was some kids laughing and stuff because this is a kids movie, but I still had a great time. I wasn't too distracted by it, but that's our public service announcement. Go see the third one if you haven't already. Definitely. Feel bad. We'll try to keep the spoilers down then. If you're we were going to maybe talk a little bit more. Maybe we'll just hint at it. How about that, Seth? I don't know how you feel.
That's totally fine.
But yeah, getting back to the first one, I think it might be jumping to the other movies. I think Jim Carrey was so good in the first one, but I actually like going back now and looking at the first one and seeing even his progression in the acting. I think all the actors did, to be honest. You see their progression, but the first one's just a great starter film. It's got some great, like you said, it's funny. It's got the action. I really enjoy it. I still think it's a solid movie. We both, you left it at Grandma's, I believe, correct? The first movie.
First one? I do believe, yeah. I could check real quick.
Yeah, I believe we both left it at Grandma's, but that's not any disrespect at all. I mean, if you like Sonic, it's kind of a no-brainer. You got to go and see it, and I will give another promotion out there. It's on Paramount Plus. You can watch it free streaming. But I think it's one of the solid movies. I'm very happy with it. And again, when you see the progression of where it is starting to the third one, I think you come to appreciate it more. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Like I said when we reviewed the third one with the spoiler-free review, I really enjoyed this third movie, and it made me want to watch the whole series again. Watch the first and the second and Knuckles again because of how much it really kind of draw from each one. And as you were saying with the video games, it really drew on the video games from the video games. So that was a lot of fun. Brought me back to my childhood and all that. So it's just a good time.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer of if you want to watch. It's a great starter though. It gets you into this series. So I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Maybe what we can do is rank them officially. I mean, we
Yeah.
we give our, take it home, leave it at grandma's and all that, but we'll give our actual how we would rank these three. Maybe we'll do that towards the end after we discuss it a little more, get some feedback from the
I just
comments.
threw mine down.
So there you go. There you go. And we can even do it that way if you want. If you want to do the rankings and then we can kind of talk about why. What do you think? How would you like to do it?
Let's go ahead and rank them, and then we can talk about them, because I think that, to me, that kind of stands out the most.
I think so.
From how I feel about it, anyway.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, I'll let you do the honors then. I'm gonna say we'll start from 3 and work our way down. Does that sound good to you?
That's fine.
All right.
So you want to do the newest one first?
Well, I'm saying, like, what would be your number 3, and then go down to your number 1. Do it that way.
Okay, got you. That's how I've written it down as well.
Can you tell we're just relaxed and having a good time? We're just like, you want to do that? No, we're just having a good time. So
I hate to say like least favorite, because it makes it sound like I don't like them, but I loved all 3. But my least favorite of the 3 was the first one.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you go back and watch them again, you'll kind of see why I got that conclusion. It's not as polished as the second or third one. It's good. The animation's good. But it didn't click with me like the other ones did.
I think that's a good way of putting it. It might not have clicked as much, and we just went on and raved about it, right? We were saying all this great things.
It's a great movie.
It is. It is. I think you feel very satisfied when you watch it, but it's a great. Normally, the first movie, that's why I really like looking back at this trilogy. Is normally the first one you love it the most. You're just like, it has everything you want, and I do feel like this is kind of like that, but it felt like they were just getting started. If that makes sense, they were just beginning to really hit their stride, and going back to, they had to reanimate. It feels like they had a good, solid movie, but there was a lot of like band-aids and patchwork that needed to be done on it. Yeah. Again, in no way does it make it a bad movie. I guess you just sense that a little bit more, and it doesn't click as much.
If it were a standalone, I would love it.
Yeah.
So that's a good way of looking at it. That's a really good way of thinking that, how does it hold up with other movies and things? It's a really solid film. This
is true. That's a great way to put it. If it was a standalone, I think that it was the anticipation, Oh, what's the next one going to be? It's just natural because it's just Sonic and Robotnik. I think that's the perfect way to start this series. I mean, that's how it all began. That was the first game. It was no Tails. There was no Knuckles. There wasn't Shadow and if you look up the expanded Sonic lore, there's so many characters. There's just, I can't tell you all the characters, honestly. And my kids love Sonic and they could tell you, but I'm just kind of like, oh, that's a new character. I thought I followed the series pretty well. That's a new one. I didn't even know. But that's how as much as I'm going to agree with you. So I think that's the point I'm making. I'm going to have that my number 3 as well. But that's not any bashing, because when I think about it, I'm like, no, that's exactly how I would want the first Sonic film to be. It's a Sonic origin story about where he comes from, what's his backstory, and Robotnik. That's it. That's how it should be. You have these supporting characters, obviously, but that's going to be your focus. And Sonic is very much the focus in the first one. So yeah, everything you're saying, I'm in absolute agreement with, and that's no knock on the first one, but I think you got a lot of competition when it comes to these sequels. So, okay. So let's go back to you then. So that's your number 3. So what's your number 2?
So it's going to spoil everything. Number 2 is going to spoil everything. So I went back and forth quite a few times trying to figure out in my mind, was number 2 better than number 3? Was number 3 better than number 2? I went back and forth, and finally something inside me said 3 is better. So I'm going to put 2 at 2.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you get to number 2, it's going to spoil it, right? It's going to say what your number 1 is. This is a top 10 ranking. Okay, so you're putting number 2 at number 2. You got the
Yeah, and what's funny is when I saw the movie, I was like, "Oh, it wasn't as good as number 2," and then I started dwelling on it and, like, letting it sink in a little bit. And I was like, "You know what? It had a better storyline. It had it wa I can't, we'll get into it, but I'm getting
yeah.
excited."
Yes. I mean, we're going to try and keep the spoilers down, but if we let it slip, I guess we'll reiterate and stress. We apologize, but it has been out for a few weeks. This isn't if you want a spoiler-free review, that's what our review's for, but we want you to stick around. Don't leave here if we have to, but I guess hit the mute button or something if we'll try to say spoilers for 3 if we want to get into it. There's so much I want to talk about on the third one because we didn't due
Yeah.
to being spoiler free. I want to keep track of Galaga Guy and others that have not seen it yet, though.
Yes.
But we will give you we will actually, people throw that term spoiler. We'll give you a proper one like, hey, this is legit. This is a spoiler. So that's surprising because we talked about that and that was our thoughts. I think it's a very like hairline difference, but I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna say 3 is still my number 2.
Okay.
I would put the third one at 2, and it's so close. But I'll talk about why.
Okay.
This is
I'm curious.
yeah. But I don't think here's what I'll say. I don't think you can go wrong. I don't disagree with you having the second one as your second favorite, and
Yeah.
and so on. But when I think about it, it's like, man, it's such a small difference, but it's right there. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe when I get to watch it again, I need to watch it again for sure. The third one. So, maybe we revisit this in a few months or something and we can make mention of it if our list has changed. But that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to say the second one is just a little bit higher, but I'm interested to say. So what made you change your mind then on, cuz like I said, we discussed it. So what made you flip?
I think it was right. I don't remember when it was, if it was the night of or the day after. I just got to thinking about and I hate to spoil myself, but those emotional scenes in number 3 really hit me. And I think that was a better storyline than 2, although 2 was amazing. And I want to reiterate that 2 was, if it was a standalone film, would be just out of the world. 2 is amazing.
Yeah.
And I actually wrote in my notes, Knuckles, need I say more? And then I said, great visuals at times and loads of action. So you get everything you want in the second, for sure.
That's the thing. I mean, that's why I say you can't go wrong. I think they really nailed it with the second and third one. And again, it sounds like we're throwing a lot of shade at the first one. It's just, how do you top throwing Knuckles and Tails in there? I think it's just like the games. I think everybody respects the very first Sonic the Hedgehog because it obviously introduced you to Sonic. It was new in terms of, if you had a Sega, that was a system seller. It was all that you could ask for when you wanted like that Mario game, because that's what Sega was lacking, was like that competitor to Mario, and Sonic was everything and then some.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you ask somebody, what's your favorite Sonic game? Oftentimes they'll say the second or the third one. When it comes to the Sega Genesis, now there's been tons of other games, but if you're going to compare. So I think the movies are very similar on that. Like, it's not to bash the first one. It's just, how do you top? That's why I keep going back to, because what you're saying, yes, that's what I loved about the third one. That had some emotional things, and you weren't thinking that. You knew it was going to be darker. You knew it was going to be intense, like we talked about.
No idea.
But yeah, it really went there. And I played, Sonic Adventure 2, which the third one is based off of. And there's kind of those moments, but it's just so cheesy. I hate to say that. People keep talking to me. Sorry in advance if you were like, no, that's the most amazing things I've ever seen. But it's just, the cutscenes are kind of cheesy in that game. But in the movie, they took that and made it theatrical. They made it, and I'll just say it again, like Jim Carrey, I've always thought he's a great actor, amazing actor. He brought that to the third one more so. I think he did in the first two. That's again no knock, but man, I was just blown away by his acting, serious acting. I mean, he does some silliness in this third one, no doubt. But that's what you're kind of talking about. I mean, we're not spoiling it too much, but there's a lot of just emotion. Like, it's not even what he says; it's just the demeanor, it's the body language, like how he's able to do that. He does it for comedic reasons. I mean, he's legendary for that now, just being able to morph his face and do impressions of people and things. But to take that ability and make it serious, that's just, I can't get over that. I mean, it doesn't surprise you. It's just still amazing to see it, if that makes sense. It's just, that's what I enjoyed.
If I can make an argument for why the third one was my favorite.
Keep coming. No, keep bringing it out. Yeah.
Definitely not just the emotional scenes, although there were several, because when we discussed it on our recap, you had brought out two other scenes that I had forgot about. So, I mean, it was like, that was, it tugs at your heart sometimes. But aside from that, you've got Shadow. I mean,
yes,
what a cool addition to the crew, and a villain, and so much more. And then you've got the motorcycle chase scene, which was my favorite scene in the whole movie. I just was blown away by the motorcycle chase scene. It was just, the action in this film is so flawless, if you ask me. I was eaten up by the whole thing. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was overwhelmed.
Yeah. No, I'm a big Shadow fan. Like, that's huge. He's a great anti-hero, is what he really is, because what he's doing, he thinks is right. I mean, all villains do that, right? Every villain thinks they're doing the right thing. But when, we're beating around not being too much of the spoiler side. I think we'll let it slip in there. It's so hard. Like, we want to be mindful of that. But I mean, he has a friend that he loses, so that's just going to be natural. It's like you're feeling that emotion, and you're thinking, okay, people made me suffer, well, I'm going to make them suffer. And that's not always the right attitude, but that's where you kind of have that understanding of, okay,
what builds Shadow to become who he is quite a sequence of scenes. And I really just was blown away at the storytelling, and they really got me with the throwing in different things that are like curveballs to what I would never have expected by any means throughout this movie. And I can't, without going into detail, I mean, it's really hard.
Right.
It's just a really solid film.
Yeah. I mean, it'll come to that point. Just throw up a spoiler. Be like, spoiler. I gotta talk about this scene, because it's
it's so hard.
it is. I mean, here's one, and it's not too much fun, but I'll say spoiler in case people are like, But I mean, I think what I would go back to the second. It's also a lot of, in the second movie, you get to see things for the first time, and you're seeing Tails, you're seeing Knuckles. But we didn't talk about it. This is one thing we didn't talk about. The second one was Super Sonic. That is just huge to see that on screen, because he didn't do that in the first movie. So that's another thing we didn't talk about. Seeing that for the first time, it's just like, yeah, there we go. That's hitting on everything Sonic I want to see. I want to see Tails. I want to see Knuckles. I want to see Sonic go supersonic, and he defeats Robotnik in a big robot. I mean, he makes a big robot by getting the Master Emerald. So I guess the spoiler would be, yes, he does go supersonic again. He gets to be big, and all that. But seeing it for the first time, that would be my argument. So yeah, we got another comment. What's the comment there?
Well, fries to eat says hello.
Hello, fries to eat. Good to have you with us. We're just talking about our rankings. We have our top three. Fries to eat. I hope you have
there. Sorry.
Fries to eat. I hope you have some fries to eat. But yeah, by just commenting, I'm actually right now working on getting this contest. We're gonna have a random drawing at the end for these Funko Pops. We're gonna go ahead and do that. We kept talking. We were having some technical issues. I think we can make it work here. So thank you for the comments. Yes. What's the comment say there too, Seth? I'm gonna let you read the comments so we can keep up with everybody here.
I love Sonic.
You're in the right place.
Yeah.
You are in the right place, sir. So again, to go back to that's where I'd say again, spoiler, you get to see Supersonic. That's one of the best scenes in the third movie as well. I said it again, like Sonic Adventure 2, I played that when it first came out. And that was just total fan service. And a lot of times I'm the type that rolls my eyes at fan service because all they're doing is they're just like shoving it all in your face. Like, here you go. And there isn't much substance, but I couldn't help it. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm totally loving this of Sonic, again, and spoiler. Sonic and Shadow both go super. They take on the Robotniks, their army that comes in outer space, just like in Sonic Adventure 2. And they got the song Live and Learn. That was like, I can't believe they got it. I know that's in the game. They should have the rights. I don't know if you saw that, though, but the guy that wrote that song, did you see that? He's suing Sega for the royalties. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Sega might not have been doing their due diligence on, making sure people get their royalties from songs. That whole soundtrack is awesome, though. So I'm wondering if they treated everybody else the same. And Sonic Adventure has been getting a lot of play on Steam and all this and that. So I wonder if you're going to see a lot more of those lawsuits. It's like, oof, I don't know about Sega, but
oh boy,
yeah,
no comment.
I hope Sega's got some good lawyers. That's all I can say because I know last I checked, Sonic 3 was breaking records. I mean, they were beating Disney. I saw from Mufasa. So I think when that happens, unfortunately, you have people that are like, all right, well, where's my money at? And maybe for good reason. I'm not trying to say that maybe Sega did lie to him. I hope that, it works out the way it should. But anyway, not to get sidetracked on that, but I thought that was interesting. Did you find any fun facts? You're usually the fun facts guy, but I found one I thought was interesting. I don't know if you caught this, but it was we were watching the credits for Sonic 3. It said that Jim Carrey was an artistic consultant for the film. Did you know that? Yeah. I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. But artistic consultant, I was trying to look up like how much involvement, because there was a lot more. We actually made that comment about the dialogue. Maybe, do you think that's what it means? I could look it up real quick too, but
if I had to assume what that means, is I would think the animation, like he gave his thought on what some of the animation should look like. That's what I would assume.
Okay.
But I could be completely way off.
I think you're right. Just did a quick search. I mean, an art consultant is a person who advises clients on the purchase of art. So like he's directing where you put your money when it comes to the art. So that would involve obviously your CGI, your cinematography and things like that.
You see that comment?
What does it say? Go ahead and read.
I can't let Mustafa win.
We'll give you
folks. My goodness, I'm
tired. You're good.
He's gonna even hit me more now after this.
I think people are a little bit Lion King out. I think that's what the problem is.
I think if you want my take on it, I think it's played. I think there was too many of them. I don't know if you actually rank them all up. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them, right?
I mean, you had so many straight to video sequels. Yeah, you need live action. I mean, you got at least.
I just
5.
feel like when you reboot something too many times, it's too much. And that's my take on it. And I just hope that Sonic can keep going and going. I think it will. I think it's that good.
I think so too. We're in agreement with you, Fry Seat.
Yeah.
We're with you on that, Fry Seat. We're hoping you can't let Mufasa win. I'm kind of tired. That's a whole other topic we could talk about, but I am kind of tired of these live action movies, and it's like, why? We don't need it. Like, just go back and watch the classics. But I think that's unfortunately what Disney is used to, is just
Well,
rehashing stuff and
if I
making.
could also say, yeah, I think
Yeah,
the main thing is the rest of it is making money, and it's obvious when they reboot a series and they do the exact same movie. I mean, that's just like, really?
that's how I feel too. It's just, I don't know. I
Well,
guess they're just so afraid of. They've had some blockbuster like fumbles, like crashes or whatever you want to call them, just bombs. That's what I'm trying to say. So they're so afraid of having these bombs that they just stick so closely to conservative. We know this movie made billions. Let's just make a live action of it. And it's just like,
yeah.
I don't know. That's why maybe this is so refreshing. As much as Sonic is a third in a trilogy and sequel, it's refreshing. It's not the same movie. To your point, it's got Shadow in it. It's a new villain. It's not specifically Robotnik. It's not the same old, same old. It's got a unique story. And the story is very intense. It's like we were talking about, very emotional. It has those moments, and I just can't applaud them enough for how well they did that.
Mm.
I want to go back to like what you're saying. That motorcycle chase was just fantastic. That is where I could see where you're like, yeah, I think the third one is the best movie. Like that scene alone, you can just kind of base around the action. I mean, you could throw out spoilers, but what specifically about that scene did you enjoy? Because I love it.
I like the pace of it. It just kept getting more intense and more intense and more intense. And I'm a sucker for that. I mean, if something keeps increasing in intensity, I'm on the edge of my seat. I want to know what happens. You know what I mean? And they really did it well. And it was so much fun to watch. I don't know how they could have improved on
That's how I felt. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes those scenes are overdone, but it was very fitting too. Like,
it.
I think the way that Sonic and Knuckles and Tails approached it, they're kind of cocky. They're just kind of like, all right, what do we got? Let's get this over with. And then it was like, oh, well, that didn't go according to plan. We need to get after him and stop him. So I don't know. It's very interesting.
We got another
Or-
comment. It says, which one would you guys choose? Toy Story 5 or Shrek 5? Well, that's an easy choice for me. What about you, Isaac?
um, hot take. Can I say neither?
Oh, you think the story's been told, huh?
I do, but
Yeah.
that's just me. Maybe if they do it right, Toy Story 5, that'd be
Yeah,
mine. But
Toy Story 5 for me, I think has the ability to rewrite the history of Toy Story. And if they do it the right way, like you said, it could end up being one of the better ones.
Yeah.
So I'm actually anxious for that one.
yeah, I'll check it out. But I feel like 3 wrapped up things very well, and then they came out with a 4th one. And it was like, oh, okay, and maybe we'll cover it sometime. So I'm not going to go into too much
I don't.
about it.
Spoiler alert on covering Toy Story 4 if we ever do. I loved that movie.
Okay,
When it first came out, and I've told you this privately, when it first came out, I did not like it. I didn't care for it. I thought it was way too different. And then I watched it again. Then I watched it again. Then I watched it again.
oh,
And I was like, this is a great movie.
yeah. No, I would say it's a good movie. It's not like, oh, this is a bad movie. I guess it was kind of like, okay, that was good, but 3 kind of wrapped things up. So I guess maybe that's how I feel on it. Like,
So, Fries to Eat asked us, then there's Ice Age 6, which we actually have not, we've kind of discussed maybe doing the Ice Age series. So maybe if people could comment on that, we could get people's opinions on whether or not we should cover that series, because that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I know the first two are really good. I don't know about all of them, but
Yeah. I can't tell you if I've even seen all of the Ice Age.
I've had all of them. No.
So that would be fun. I agree. It would be fun to go back and I know the first one I enjoyed, and I think I saw the second one, but
the second one was good.
I need to go back and watch it if I have seen it, because I can't tell you. I just nothing.
Talk about a good cast. That
Yes.
movie had a good cast.
Yes.
We got another comment. Sonic 3 is so peak cinema for everyone. Yeah, I agree with that comment.
I'll give you a highlight for that. Good comment.
Sonic 3 is I was expecting, like, had high expectations for it. It blew those expectations out of the water. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I still put the second one as my favorite, but that's just so close. It is so close. Like I said, if we come back to that question, like, how would you rank these? Maybe I'll flip. It's so close. It's just like maybe that first thought of seeing Knuckles and Tails, because I think 3 is just so. I like that they just hit the ground running. That's what we talked about in our review. Is it's very Sonic-like. It's just, all right, you know the deal. Like, you should be caught up. It doesn't, try to hold your hand at all. It's just like, we're off. Here's your story. Yeah. We're not sparing any expense. We're not going to waste any time. And I love that. I love when movies can do that. Sometimes it comes across rushed. That's what I meant to do, is pull up some of the reviews, because we didn't have the reviews when we first did it. We did that before the movie came out, so we got to see the earlier viewing. But I noticed some of the negative was they said it was too fast. The story was a bit. What do you think of that?
I understand where they're coming from. But I would argue against it, because I felt like the way they told the story needed to go fast.
Yes.
And when they took their time in the right spots. And that's what I would argue personally. Oh, we got another comment from Galaxy Guy 88. My cats go crazy for the Squirrel and Ice Age. I can't watch them. They try to attack the TV.
You have got to film that and put that on YouTube. You're missing like a viral video. That's amazing. That's terrific. I was
gonna say, we've actually toyed with, we've talked about it several times, of doing a spoiler episode of Sonic 3 after time has, but when people have seen it and are familiar with it, we can actually go in and really do a deep dive, which I think we should do, because it's that good of a movie. I mean, the spoiler-free one was like, it was nice, but it didn't give you any of the details that that made it outstanding. You know what I mean?
Right. No, you're just getting our reactions because we got to see it early. So we just had an experience in itself, being able to see it. But yeah, we're fresh out of the theater, so I see I commented there. Yes. What's he saying?
Too fast. That's Sonic's whole deal.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm seeing on like the negative. I will throw out a positive. So I was just looking at a glance. I didn't do extensive research, but I was seeing viewers found the movie funny and enjoyed the good acting, especially Jim Carrey's performance as Dr. Robotnik and Dr. Robotnik's grandfather. The negative says some viewers found the pacing too fast and felt the plot was rushed, making it difficult to focus on the story. So I kind of get that, but again, to his point, that's Sonic's spiel. I guess that's the same people that loved Mario and they picked up a controller and played Sonic and were like, this is too fast. I can't keep up. And it's like, no, this isn't a Mario game. This is Sonic. He goes fast. So yeah, totally agree with you, Gallagher guy. I mean, each their own. That's your opinion. But I think they did it wonderfully. I see another comment there. What's that say, Seth?
So it says, what animated to rant on do you think is worse, the Emoji Movie or Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate? Which I don't know how to comment on this. It's too much for my brain to comment.
So you didn't know that Megamind is one of Seth's favorite movies. So
Yeah, Megamind. I actually have I think in my top 15 of all time movies of all time.
so
I think it's one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. Anybody that tries to change my mind will never do so.
and that will be one we'll have to cover because I'll confess I've not seen that all the way through.
Oh, oh my
So
goodness, so good.
great. That's what we try to do on the podcast. We try to
The
have
voiceover work for that movie alone is perfect.
Yeah. I remember enjoying I don't know why I didn't watch all of it. It was just maybe, you're at a friend's house or something and other
Yeah.
things are going on. I think that's what it was. But yeah.
It's an animated movie. There's a garbage sequel. I don't know anything about a sequel. I
Is
don't
he
know.
talking about the sequel? Is that what
I
it
don't
is?
know. I don't know.
Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate. Maybe that's what he means then. Okay. Or she.
And I couldn't comprehend that question. Sorry. I was with you with the other comments, but that one I got lost.
If you're talking that it's a sequel, please let us know because we're thinking of Megamind like the original. I do see. Yes, there is a Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate. It just released this year. That's who they are talking about. Is that so? They didn't specify the first one. All right, there we go. Yep, he confirmed it. There we go. Yeah.
Tyler got 88 said Sonic is too fast. Yeah, and Mario had too many mushrooms.
And you can argue that Sonic had as much mushrooms in the first movie as Mario. There's a whole planet full of mushrooms. Come on. So there you go. Yeah. I mean, again, each their own. I'm sure maybe they just thought, oh, this will be like the other ones. Yeah, fair warning. It's much more intense. We talked about it. It's a little bit on the darker side. It's still, I would say, a family. There might be those emotional, darker moments like we talked about. But yeah, it definitely goes faster than the other ones, but I love it. I love that it goes faster.
Spoiler alert for those who
spoilers.
Sonic 3 yet. If I had very young children, I would not take them to see this movie. Just saying, it's a little bit intense as far as the emotional scenes. There's a bit more, I would say, violence in this one than there was in the last two. But it's still well done, and it's not a family movie. So just be cautious. If you've got very young children, I would be careful because they're going to love this movie, and that might be a bad thing for them.
Yeah.
If they're very young.
I would agree. I would agree with that. And hello to Austin. He commented there. Hello. Thank you for joining. And feel free to comment what your thoughts are on it could be anything Sonic, the trilogy, the first, second, or third. We were just talking about, like you said, the third one, I definitely would. I feel like it's good for the family, but yeah, younger ones. I mean, there's some scary moments. There's just some more intense and
it's highly intense.
Yeah. I got you on that. I believe, you're gonna have a good time. I don't want to scare people away. I don't want to make it look, I don't think that's what people are gonna think when you say, but I also want to just make sure, like, no. Just if your children have seen a lot of Disney movies, I don't think it's gonna be any different than those, honestly. I mean, sheesh, go back to some of those Disney movies. It's like, my goodness, they allowed that in a Disney movie.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's nothing like that. But just be ready. Don't think it's going to be all happy because no, this isn't all happy. There's not all, but there's some funny moments too. It doesn't take away from it at all.
Well,
there's another comment there. What else?
I'm sorry. Another spoiler real quick. There were scenes in this movie that reminded me of the very intense, sad scene in Toy Story 2. So that put me in that vibe. So I just had that in mind that it's not all sunshine. There's several comments I haven't read off. I'm sorry. The one was one to friend me on Xbox. I don't have an Xbox. Do you have an Xbox? Obviously,
I don't either. I'm sorry, fries to eat, but yeah, I don't game as much as I'd like to anyway. But I don't have an Xbox. No.
The third movie was so good. It's the Revenge of the Sith of the Sonic movies. The Revenge of the Sith of the Sonic movies.
I could kind of see that. For people that love Revenge of the Sith, I bet you're like kind of like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed signals.
I just thought, what? No, I get.
Where's the Funko Pop toys? We got to comment on that too. Thanks for all the comments, guys.
Yes, keep them coming. Keep those comments coming.
Yeah, and if you have any questions or if you have any comments about what we've covered so far or what you want to see in the future, please let us know.
Yes, here they are. I want to make sure I'm not like making this up. I've got them right here. I love having them on my desk. They look so cool. So there's Sonic. I can't put them all three up at once, but there's your Sonic and Tails. There's your Knuckles again. They are the 8-bit, so they're not your standard, figures. So they are going to be up for grabs. I think I've got the drawing set up. So yes, we will have the drawing at the end. So you're going to have to stick around. You can't go anywhere. You got to stick around if you want to find out who wins them all. And just by commenting, we've had some new comments in here. You just got an entry in. So stick around. If you've commented, hang out. Let's talk a little bit more, but we will get to it. We promise that. We don't want to leave everybody hanging either. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things we could discuss about. What's the next comment? I just saw that come through.
It says this might be a spoiler, but did you know that Jim Carrey actually shaved his hair for this movie for the third one? Yeah, I think I did know that. Yeah, whenever you see somebody do that in real life for a role, that's quite intense. That's quite an undertaking for their personal life. So that's interesting.
It's just a wild. I highly recommend if you didn't know that, look up other behind the scenes. There's so much fun. Maybe they staged some of it. I don't know, but I love it. I love all the little things. The big one is Jim Carrey said, "I'm retired. I'm done after Sonic 2." But he left the window open and he said, if the script is penned in gold, I will return for a third one. The director sent a script over that was penned in gold to Jim Carrey. And he pretty much was like, all right, I'll do it. And to go along with what you're saying, look up on YouTube. They actually showed that. Yes, he really shaved his head. All of that you see in that scene is him getting it shaved. So yes, go look that up. That's a great point. Love that comment. Yeah.
We got another comment. What are your thoughts on Illumination? A lot of movie critics hate them. I'm assuming they're talking about Illumination, the one that made the Despicable Me and Minions movies.
Probably, yeah.
If you have a second, go ahead and confirm that, because that's what I think you're talking about. I love Despicable Me and the Minions movies. We will be covering them eventually on the podcast, because that's very important to me. Especially, spoiler alert again, I love the Minions movie, the first Minions movie. So well written. Just so well written. That's such a great movie.
Yep. Illumination. Yep. They are the Despicable Me. They did the Lorax, Minions, Secret Life of Pets, Sing. Let's see. They've done all kinds. Oh yeah. And the Super Mario Brothers movie. They did the Super Mario Brothers movie. So they were the studio that Nintendo trusted, and I'm glad they trusted them and not that studio from 1993. That's all I'll say.
If you want my opinion, I love Illumination. I think they do a really good job with their films. You can tell they put their time into the films, and that they are wanting to give you something so solid and good to take in.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So, yeah. I mean, we could talk more. I think we've talked about a lot of stuff with the ones. I love these comments that are coming in. And
I never saw Hop. Remember Hop? I saw so many trailers and commercials for it, but I never saw Hop. What's his face in that movie?
Oh, yeah, I'm blanking on it. But
James Marsden.
He was the late night. I thought he was a late night talk show host guy.
James Corden.
Yes, I believe that's what it was.
I've never seen it, so I couldn't tell you. I just seen ads. So I don't.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. But all the I want to say maybe all but wasn't there a second Minions movie?
Oh yeah, there's 6, right? 6.
Sounds
There's
right.
4 Despicable Me's and 2 Minions movies. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say so. I haven't seen all of them, but they're
It
enjoyable
said
movies.
it had James Marsden. I was right.
Yeah, yeah. So they make some good. I mean, they're very much a competitor to Pixar and Disney. I would say they're definitely making that name. I mean, they came out with Despicable Me. That would have been like 2007, 2008, or no, 2010. I just looked it up real quick. So they're still kind of young in the game. You got Disney with years and years of experience, but they're still. I like what they put out. Yeah,
NASCAR dude said, I will say I used to love Sonic as a kid, but these movies have brought back the love for Sonic. That
I
is well stated.
very nice. I like it. I'm gonna throw you a highlight there. That's a great comment because I wish I could highlight all these comments. I want to make sure we give them the proper highlights. Maybe if it lets me. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, put that one up there. Because I agree with that. That's what's so great about these movies is if you had that love or any memories playing Sonic, I mean, you can't help it. There's scenes where they're totally doing fan service, but they do it in such a good way. I'll say it's not so much of a spoiler because it's a clip you can see on YouTube. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles race at the beginning of the movie. And, that whole sequence of them running, you feel like you're in the video game. You see them jumping over stuff. And at the very end, he hits a sign and it spins, just like in the games when you finish a level. I mean, that kind of stuff, you gotta love it. What else we got? What's the other?
We got a couple comments here. The first one says, I see you're talking about Hoppy in 2010. 14 years, that's crazy. But the another question was, do you think that they made Ugly Sonic on purpose so that people would talk about the movie? No, I do not think so. Because they spent an extra $5 million because people hated it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw that up there because that's a good you could make that into a whole topic if you want to. I don't want to make it a whole long thing, but I do want to kind of talk about it a little bit because it's like, yeah, it got so much publicity from that. It was bad publicity, but what's the old saying? No bad publicity or something like that. Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
So, I saw a pretty interesting comment come through there, Seth. You gotta highlight that.
So are you talking about what are your thoughts on Sony Pictures animation?
Yeah, keep that one in mind. Galaga Guy just threw up one. I gotta
Sonic movie. Oh wow.
Yeah. That's some
wow.
Those are fighting words.
I think Isaac and I had this conversation.
Yeah.
And I think I said that I liked Sonic over Mario. And I think what I said is that I'm a bigger Mario fan in general. I love Mario, always will. But the movie, to me, the second and the third one were better than Mario, the new Mario. That's my opinion.
I agree. Those are fighting words. I'm just gonna say that. That's like, man, that gives me 90s vibes of Sonic versus Mario right there. But I'm gonna agree with you, Galaga Guy. When it comes to the movies, it's like I enjoyed the Mario movie. That's not any disrespect. We just talked about Illumination. They did a fantastic job with it, but I'm sorry, the Sonic movies hit it out of the park for me. So, hey, yeah, what's up to? I'll let you get to those comments, Seth. This is great.
So Mustaches and Coffee Podcast, who we are, it's a sister podcast of ours. Our brother, or I don't know how you want to word that, said, "What's up?" And then NASCAR dude said, "Bad publicity is better than no publicity."
That's it.
Mustaches and Coffee Podcast said, "I agree. Sonic has a better plot. Mario was lacking." And we have another one because the plot was rushed. Oh yeah, Mario, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Mario didn't feel like it really settled in, if you ask me. They had good parts to the film. Overall, it wasn't nearly as good as Sonic 2 or 3, in my opinion.
And I love that comment. That's why I threw it up there. Thank you. And that's Ben for Mustache and Coffee Podcast. So hello. Thank you for joining. But I'm throwing your comment up there because the thing was, Sonic just had that plot, and it felt like a Sonic movie. I think the Mario movie felt like one, but we made this point on the review. If you have not, go back and listen, watch our review of the Super Mario movie. My issue with the Mario movie was the plot did not have any stakes, and I think they could have done so much better with it because it was Bowser with a star, and everybody's like, "Yeah, you're unstoppable with a star," and they're like, let's go get the Kongs to help. It was just like they were trying to spitball it. And I read somewhere what would have made a. I'm going to throw this out to you guys. Comment if you think this is a great one, because this is what I felt. I would be like, this is the most amazing movie. If instead of Mario and Peach going to journey to the Kongs, what if, even if it sounds like the most stereotypical plot, they had to go collect star pieces to get a star of their own? So now you're matching star versus star on Bowser. That, to me, as much as that's a stereotype, that's what a video game is. You're going out to collect the pieces to defeat the main boss, the main guy. If they would have just done something like that, I would have loved it.
If memory serves me, didn't you say like the ending was lackluster? That they could have written that ending a little bit better.
Yeah,
which is what you're saying right now. But I'm saying like it was anticlimactic. It wasn't polished or finished. But the Sonic movies, they are.
Yeah.
That's one of their strong suits. There's a couple that's been on here.
Yeah. Good. Anyway, I just want to touch on that, but thank you for the comment. Yes.
Mustaches and Comic Podcast. I was expecting something like you would see on Wreck-It Ralph, that nostalgia feel, but never got there. Do you, NASCAR dude? Do you think when we see we will see other sideshows like Knuckles? Yes. I think we will. I'm hoping that they do something with Knuckles again, because that to me was amazing. Mustache Coffee Podcast says yo-yo, and then Fries to Eat says, can you do the Garbage Home Alone sequel? This is
How many are there?
6. I actually liked the newest one. I think with Mikey Day that wrote that from SNL. I thought
I never saw it.
The newest one was pretty good, if you ask me. It was really, the main character was really cute, and I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Huh. I will admit I gave the big eye roll when I saw the preview. Like, oh man, they redid it. But maybe that's something I'll look at. I'll try and give it a chance. I don't know. The original is kind of untouchable to me, but interesting to think about.
I don't know that we'll ever cover it, but Home Alone 2 for me is one of my top holiday films for sure.
It's got Tim Curry too, in there. So, but yeah, great comments. Love the comments. Keep them coming. It's
Rice G. How many do you have?
How many fries do you have? Oh, I love it. I love the comments. This is great.
Love the interaction between everybody. That's
keep it up.
Just going back and forth. I love it.
Yes. And if you have not commented yet, we're opening this up, because again, stick around, guys. We're gonna have the giveaway for these. I'm just gonna throw it up there. I'm gonna keep showing you legit. We have these up. We're gonna be giving them away at the end. I've got the generator for a random drawing, because we don't want to pick favorites. We don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to just give it to this person. No, we're going to leave it up to chance. It's just going to be a random drawing, but I do have them in my possession right here. I wish they were mine. I wish I could keep them, but fortunately I can't. I'm happy to give them away though, because again, we want to give a shout out to Galaga Guy. He is the one that sent these over. So if you're in here, we want to give him another shout out. Go to his channel. Go subscribe. Go check out his content. He has his own arcade. How cool is that? So, I mean, that's just so cool.
NASCAR dude sent a good question for you, Isaac. Who else do you think we will see added in the Sonic cinematic universe?
Oh, well, this is spoiler territory.
Okay, let's not go there then, because I have a feeling.
Well, I'm just gonna say spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Spoiler. I don't know how else to say it. If you have not seen the third one yet, this is going to be total giveaway. So spoiler. I'm gonna only take 1 minute, and I'll do this again to say I'm done talking. How about that? We'll be done. It's like a time mark. Obviously, we're getting Amy, so awesome. That's from the post credit scene. But I heard a little bird, and I thought, oh, that would be incredible. Is they are rumored to have Silver, and that character can time travel. So if they, yeah. So I think they've got to do that. I think they've got to do that because Shadow is such a formidable foe. Where else do you go from there? You got to go with somebody that can time travel, and that just opens the doors to all kinds of fun, stuff they could do. I mean, spoiler. I don't know if I'm not going to bring it up this time. I'm just going to leave it at that. How about that? I could go on and on because I have a theory on something that happened, but it's a total spoiler. I'll get back to that. Maybe we'll get around to it. I'm seeing some more comments through, so I'll let you read what else we got there, Seth.
Okay. A lot of Home Alone talk. So no Home Alone 2 was good after that was garbage. Fries to eat, gimme. And then name your least favorite movies. And then in Home Alone 2, Kevin had a rented penthouse and left the homeless lady, left her out in the cold. What a jerk.
That is true.
That is true.
That is true. I've read that online of how Kevin's the ultimate jerk. He's just like, oh, you poor lady. Well, have a nice day. I'm going back to my penthouse.
If I can say real quickly, we've got to wrap this up soon. I'm going to have to plug in my laptop.
Yeah, you're good.
My least favorite movie of all time was the Dudley Do-Right. I think it was Brendan Fraser. The worst movie I have ever seen. I actually left the theater and came back in to see it got any better, and it didn't. I was so upset. It was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life, for sure, hands down.
Okay, I could see. I've never seen it, and that's why I thought that looks like the stupidest movie. So, you've just saved me the time of going back. He has movies, but I can tell you right now, like my least favorite that I've ever seen in the theater was Skyline, and I've talked about that on the other podcast, Mustaches and Coffee. I co-host that with Ben. And he made that comment as well, something we've talked about on there. But on Skyline, it was so bad. I almost walked out, but I'm like, wait, I paid for this. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to watch this. I started ripping this movie. Maybe this is before some of everyone's time, but Mystery Science Theater 3000, where you give your own commentary, but it's funny and just making fun of the movie. I started doing that out loud because I'm like, you know what? If they kick me out, it's just like if I walked out. So I'm going to be loud. So I'm just starting to loud, and I was with a friend. He's like, be quiet. I'm like, I don't care. I want to almost walk out of this movie. Somebody 3 or 4 rows in front of me started doing the same thing. So I would say it is my least favorite, but it was one of the funner experiences because me and this total random stranger started ripping this movie. But that's what comes to my mind. There's a lot of movies I didn't like. That's one that comes to mind. What else we got?
Oh, so many. They're so rolling in like crazy.
It's awesome. Keep coming. Yes. You are entered, I saw that. NASCAR, dude, you are entered just by commenting. That's going to get you an entry. We had some live streams that we were doing. I hit that one by accident. Put a highlight. I love chili.
You're rolling in so fast, I literally can't read them all.
It's awesome. But yes, if you just comment, if you're in right now, just comment. If you have already, I got you. I'm making sure I keep track of anyone that has not commented, but we did some live streams and there was some ways to win bonus entries. So if that's something that, you guys want to tune in for, maybe we'll do some more live stream. If we can get some more prizes like this. I mean, this is going to be hard to top. I'm going to be honest. This is an awesome prize. For you guys to be able to win.
I can pose a question for everybody out there. Like, what if you got like movie posters and then like one of us signed one of them or something? Would you guys like that? Is that something you'd be interested in for a giveaway?
Comment.
Or like memorabilia, and we like send, and we could get something and then go ahead and have a contest for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we could. Or if we can score some more Funkos. If you guys like Funkos,
Man, comments are rolling in right now.
love it. Love it. I'm gonna make sure we got everybody accounted for before we do this contest. I don't want to leave anybody out. Love it. Thank you so much for all the comments and yes. I wanted to go back on Ben's comment. Their mustache and coffee, but I love chili. And Galaga Guy, let's see. I hated the Monkey Bone movie. I never saw that one, but I heard it was terrible. So you're totally stressing that to where I don't have to waste my time. Love it. Love the comments. Love the
question posed,
interaction.
whoever wins the toys, will you send it to them at least to their house, their home? Yes. So,
yes, we will reach out, and I know some people have like a PO box. Some might have a business. If you prefer it not to be your personal address, but wherever you want us to send it. So we'll reach out. We'll message you, and whatever address. I mean, I would hope it's your address. Don't send it to some random strangers because we want to make sure we get it to you. But, you know, whatever you provide, that's where we're sending it. So, and we'll like do a confirmation. Like, here's the address. You know, we'll be in touch with you. So that'll be if you win. Yeah. Thank you for being with us there, Sean. It's great to have you aboard, and all the comments. It's so awesome. So awesome. I mean, this has been a great time that we can talk about the Sonic movies, but I love the discussion.
Yeah.
You know, this is movies at Grandma's house. We love to talk about just movies, kids movies, families movies. That's kind of our aim. You know, there's so many that we grew up watching. There's so many here recently. I mean, the Sonic movies, that's what we've covered here recently. So it's not out of the question that it could be a recent movie, but we do love to go back on those nostalgic movies too. So, you know, any ones that you want us to cover, message us. Movies at Grandma's house at gmail.com is how you can email us. You can reach out to us on our social platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram as well. So reach out to us there. It must have been a good one. I haven't been keeping up with all the comments. Again, they've been coming through, but awesome. Keep them coming.
Wow. I'm very impressed, everybody. Thank you for joining us and commenting. This is what we want. This is what we want. We want feedback. So this is perfect.
Yeah.
What do you want to call it? A contest now, or do you want to do it some other time? Or
how much you got on your battery? I love these comments, but I understand if you got a laptop about to die, then that might not be.
Well, good. It's kind of lying to me. It says I have 30% and 43 minutes.
Okay,
but it's been going down very fast.
Okay. So real quick, if you're out there, just if you haven't seen the third one yet, that's fine. But maybe rank your Sonic movies real quick. I'd love to see, you know, what is yours. So me and Seth gave ours earlier. My number 3, I have the first movie, and that's, again, we talked about it. No disrespect. It's a great one. I have the third one at 2, just barely. That's my second favorite. The Sonic 2 is still my favorite. I can't wait to go back and watch the third one. That was my rating for, you know, if you go back, you can see our reviews, but I took that home. I took Sonic Adventure 3. I couldn't because it was at the theater, but by our ratings, it's either take it home, leave it at Grandma's, or hide it in the attic. I took that home. I can't wait to watch the third one again because maybe I will change, but that's my rankings. And then what was your Seth? Just to kind of
see a NASCAR dude. I'm agreeing with NASCAR dude. I like the third one the best, and then the second place, and the first one in third place. That was how I ranked them. And I almost feel like the second and third could be interchangeable, but there's just so many things about the third one that really ticked off the list for me. I checked off the list, all the boxes of the things I wanted to see.
Gotcha. Okay. Galaga Guy knows Sean, so I'm going to throw this comment up there real quick. He's a avid collector of Funko Pop. So, I mean, if that's what you guys would be interested in, maybe we could do some more contests of that. And especially considering, you know, we're a movies podcast, we could try to get Funko Pops for the movies we cover. I don't know. this is kind of on the air, but me and Seth have kind of discussed it. Do we want to keep a certain 50th episode a secret?
Oh, we can talk about that.
That could be.
Okay.
We covered.
I'm gonna have to shut off for a second and plug in. So keep talking.
Okay. So for the first episode that we did, we covered the Sandlot. So me and Seth just talked about it. We're coming up on 50 episodes, and maybe to some that doesn't sound like a lot, but to us, I don't know, that sounds pretty much like a benchmark. It's something we're proud of. We might go back and recover the Sandlot though, because our format is a lot different. Certainly go back and watch it if you want to, but it's a lot longer. We've shortened our episodes to just be a little more direct. They're a little more to the point, and we cover everything about the movie we want to. So it would be that kind of a format. We want to do that for our 50th. I know I have seen Sandlot Funko Pops. If I can get my hands on one, I'm cool with making that a contest giveaway. You could win a Sandlot Funko Pop. I think that'd be awesome. I might just get one for myself back here. Like I'm in this like construction zone back here. I'm still working on stuff. I'm trying to get it fixed up, but I want to have some cool displays behind me. And I might have to get I might have to get a Sandlot one, because if you know us, if you've been listening to our podcast, we really enjoy the Sandlot. It's one of our favorites. It's up there for sure. So I'll highlight some of these comments till Seth comes back, because I want to make sure, give everybody, this is so awesome. Thank you so much for all these comments. Fries to eat. Okay, Alex, good to have you again with us there. Let me see. We got NASCAR dude. Let me put him back up there. Yes to all of that. Just, I don't even know what I'd even to really say. Maybe it's the recency bias, but the third was great, with not only the battles, but the stories with Sonic and Shadow. It was all around great. Couldn't agree more with you. Like, what more do you want? Those battles, those action sequences were just fantastic. I mean, it's like, yes, it's so cool. So, okay. So yeah, we want to do, comment that if you guys were thinking Funko Pops or something like that. What do you think of that, Seth? Maybe on like certain movies we cover, if we're able to secure a Funko,
that'd be fine.
Pop, I would love to do it.
I was just throwing out there like a poster. We don't have to sign it or anything, but I've got a few contacts I think I could get posters from eventually. So that'd be another option down the road. But Funko Pops would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and maybe we do a mix. You know what I mean? Like, it may not be for every single episode we do. Maybe we do like a once a month. I would be down doing something like that. So, comment below or message us. We're really loving the feedback. Keep them coming, because we want to be able to build something that you guys can get behind. You guys can be excited about. I'm excited for these things. Like, I'm like, I wish I had one of these sitting back here. So, giving these types of stuff away every once in a while, that would be a lot of fun. I can say that right now. This has been a blast this month, just talking all things Sonic. Going back through the first two and then watching the third one early, having this as a contest. It's been great. What about you, Seth? What, as a whole, kind of looking at this last one?
I was so excited for all of it. Believe it or not, the most excited for Knuckles, I think. The series. I watched it twice. I didn't need to. I did. I watched it twice. I loved everything Sonic. It was so much fun. I'm just reading some of these comments here. It's hilarious. One question was, what is your favorite movie of all time? Mine's not a kid's movie. So, family movie.
What's your favorite kids movie? How about that?
I don't know. I can say, because I'll spoil it for our podcast, probably. What are you thinking, Isaac?
Well,
important family movie of all time. It doesn't have to be a family friendly.
It's so hard. I always come back to, and Ben will back me up on this, but Jurassic Park is always up there for me. I could watch that anytime, and so many nostalgic memories with that movie. We saw it at the drive-in. And as a kid, that was just terrifying but fun. Sounds awful, but it's like, man, that was the way to see the movie, I think. And I think it's one of the more like perfect Spielberg movies. The soundtrack is amazing. John Williams is amazing. So it's like, how do you narrow it down? I mean, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Jaws, but I still am like, man, that's such a great movie. As far as a kids movie,
You don't have to say if
man,
you're going to cover it. I mean, or if you've already covered it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to spoil anything.
yeah, maybe stay tuned for that. I threw out one, but I probably have to think about it, so I don't want to bore everybody with me just sitting here.
I'll say the name of my favorite movie of all time. It's Midnight in Paris. I've seen a lot of movies. It would scare people to know how many. Um, it's flawless. There's not a bad scene in the film. It all adds or builds to the character, and it works. And it's just the movie for me. It hits me on all spots.
Yeah. I mean, that's a loaded question, though. The good question, great question, love it. That's why we're highlighting it. That's what this podcast is about. We talked about doing like, I don't know how we would do it. Like, it hurts my head. Even doing like a top 50 if we got to 50 episodes. Oh my gosh, that would be like what we've covered, not our top 50, but just doing that alone hurts my head. Now talk about what's just your personal favorite. I can't even begin to try and put that list together. I mean, I'm not like you of like, I've seen like, it's going to hurt your head how many movies, but I've seen my fair share of movies enough that it's like, how do you even begin? But great question. Great. Love it. Love it. We're going to make sure to give you a highlight on that. What else we got here? Thank you so much.
There's so many. I don't know where we left off at. I want an autograph sign of Rusty Shackelford.
That's from King of the Hill. Good one there, Ben. That's Dale's alternate alias that he uses. So yes, we could do that for you, Ben. If you want some, if you win our contest for the poster, I will sign it as Rusty Shackelford.
NASCAR dude says this is off topic, but one of my favorite Knuckles moments is when he is playing baseball with everyone and says, "Sonic, I have been told they have sprinkles." That scene,
I love that.
Made that movie for me. I love that scene. Yeah. It's like, what is the goal if you're running around the bases and you end up in the same spot you started in? Was the battle really worthy? Yes. And I was like, what?
That I have to agree with too. I love that scene, and it's what I was also looking forward to. I mean, Knuckles was a villain, anti-hero when he first started in the games. I love that they do that in the second movie, but I was also waiting for them to have that, they're bonding on the good side, once Knuckles is over the Master Emerald and all that stuff. So that scene gives you a little bit of a glimpse. I love that scene. And I love that too, that I was told they have sprinkles when they go out for ice cream. That's just so Knuckles. So Knuckles. And Idris Elba delivering that is just his stone cold.
Yes.
So good.
Yes, I agree.
I agree with that.
NASCAR dude said Knuckles may be the best character in all the movies. I agree. I want to see more Knuckles. Like, that's what I came away with. I want to see more Knuckles.
And to somebody asked the question before, is there going to be more spinoffs? There is a rumor of a Knuckles and Shadow spinoff coming. So stay tuned. Who knows? It might just be a rumor, but if that's true, I think that'd be fantastic. I don't know what kind of plot that would be. I guess it's the whole, Knuckles is the keeper of the Master Emerald, and then maybe Shadow is the keeper of the rest. I think they've established in the movie how they're all in the Master Emerald now, because you have their Chaos Emerald. So you have like maybe two separate guardians going on. I don't know, but that would just be amazing if they brought Keanu Reeves back for a spinoff with Idris Elba. Yep. They bounce off of each other so well. They're both the serious type, but they also don't get each other. So yes, that would be fantastic if they did that. I would be so.
NASCAR news said I would love a Shadow series.
Yes. Just a Shadow series, like, period. That would be awesome. I would love Shadow, but if Knuckles is in there, man, that's like the cherry on top. I think it would be great to have both for sure.
I don't know who this NASCAR dude is, but I also have a podcast.
Yeah. Give a little bit of a shout out. Yeah.
So, the Buster's Garage is a Fast and Furious podcast. The first season, I did all of the Fast and Furious movies. And then with the second season we did some car movies. So NASCAR is definitely covered. If you're interested, you can come out and check out our podcast.
Yes. So be sure to check that out. We've done cars, and there was a crossover.
That was fun.
So, a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I love that episode. So check his podcast out too, and go back, and if you haven't seen that one or listened to that episode, we did a Cars. It was part of our Peak Pixar. So definitely check that one out. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, give me more Shadow. I have to highlight Ben there. He said, give me more Shadow. Yes. Shadow easy is one of the best parts, if not the best part of 3, but yeah. So good question there. What, you want to read that one, Seth?
What's the next movie podcast? Well, should we spoil that?
I think so. You guys have stuck with us, so you deserve it. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We're having a blast connecting with you guys, having that feedback. We thought it's appropriate because what happens in January, right? You've got cold weather, you got winter, but you also have playoff football. So what's a football movie, Seth?
The Little Giants was a movie I loved as a kid, and I know you did too, Isaac, but let's see if we still love it today.
Yes. So that's all we're going to say. We can't obviously say what our thoughts are yet, but yeah, we'll give you that highlight. Sorry, I meant to give you that. So next one, stay tuned for that. That'll be in January. We're going to, this is kind of considered our week. We try to do a weekly episode upload. This is kind of our weekly one, since we treated the whole month of December to Sonic. We wanted to cap it off with a fun recap, and you guys have made it a blast. So thank you so much for all these comments. They're so great. That's a good point. You want to read that from NASCAR, dude? Seth?
Remember the Titans? That's a good film. I remember watching that growing up.
I don't know. Maybe we'll discuss that. We could try and fit that in there somewhere. We've got a list of movies, and we've been waiting to hear more feedback, because we've gotten some feedback of ones, but
Oh.
Let's see. I think we missed. What did Ben talk about
so
there? I'm sorry.
I don't understand it, but I think I stole shampoo in my hair and need to wash it out real quick. I don't understand that reference. Is that from the movie?
I think it is from Little Giants, but I can't remember that line. Why am I not remember that line?
Remember that line.
So, yeah, Sean, we'll talk about it, when we have that episode out, but it's a football movie, but it's a kids movie. Yeah. So lots of kids jokes to be had.
You can say that again.
I watched it with my kids, and they were giggling the whole time. That's all. Whole time. Let's see. We got Galaga Guy too. There we go. Haha. Yeah.
Little Giants is awesome. Yeah.
So anyway, I think we've covered so much. Thank you again so much, everybody that's jumped in. This was a Sonic discussion, but we got some great topics going too. We'd love to have some more of these lives where we kind of recap, and be sure you're subscribed to us. That way you can follow when those episodes drop. You'll be able to watch them and comment on those videos. Tell us some memories, because that's what we're anxious to see, is you guys too. We're sharing our memories. We're sharing our thoughts, because the whole point of this podcast, with a lot of them, like I said, there are a lot of times movies we grew up with. If you were to ask me Little Giants or other older movies, what do you think of it? I'd probably be like, yeah, it's really good. In some cases, I go to rewatch these movies, and it's like, this has not aged as well as I thought, or it's not as good as
For instance, Blank Check.
Yes.
I loved that movie as a kid.
Yes. if you've not seen that episode, if you've not seen Blank Check, that's a great example. That's like our like exhibit A, like for this podcast, because I agree with that. That's the one where if you were to ask me, I'd be like, yeah, that's a great. And then we go back to watch and just different, just a much different outlook. I'll leave it at that.
That's what
Just
he
like,
said.
wow.
I had a great time talking to you guys about Sonic and the movies, etc. It was fun. It was fun for us, NASCAR dude. That's for sure.
It is. It is. Thank you guys for sticking with us too. I know we've been talking at length, but I love it. I love all this. I don't want to, leave you guys hanging because we've got this contest, but I also want to have the fun having the sharing of all these comments. So thank you so much for sticking with us. Let's see. All right. So should we give this a shot then, Seth? I think unless there's any like final comment on the Sonic movies or anything like that. I mean, there's a lot that we could say, I know, but closing statements. How about that? Let's hear your closing statement.
Well, for me, I started preparing for this earlier than December, and I've just loved every minute of it. My love for Sonic has grown over each of these films and even the Knuckles TV series. It's just a lot of fun, a lot of action, and I can't say enough about how well the movies have done as far as like giving you what you want to see.
Yeah. I know that's enough said, right? It's definitely a series you want to check out, and if you're a Sonic fan, it's a no-doubter. It's a slam dunk. All of that stuff that you want to get out of a Sonic movie, it's all there. You got all the characters, you got the story like we've talked about. And to the people that want to bash it and say that Sonic 3, it went too fast, I'm sorry. That's what I was hoping for. So it delivered. It definitely delivered. So, all right. The moment we've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make sure that everybody can see this. Hopefully, I'm just doing a simplified. It's nothing fancy. So I apologize if you're expecting like fireworks and confetti, but I'm just going to throw up here a handy dandy little generator. Okay, so tell me if you guys can see this. Okay, here we go. I feel so old because I'm like, the technology. I got this handy dandy. Okay, we've got this wheel spinning. So this is just to show you it's legit. We got people that have commented that have been on our streams. It's all coming down to this. So here it is. I'm just going to spin it. And here we go. Are you guys ready? Are you ready, Seth?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
If you can still hear me.
Yeah, okay. I can hear.
The other thing yeah. All right. Without further delay, here we go. I got all the entries on the screen. Here's the spin. The winner for the Sonic Tails and Knuckles. It's going to go to... It's Benny.
Congratulations,
Benny. You have won. Thank you so much for all the entries, too. He was able to get in on our streams. So this just goes to show it paid off. He was able to get in on there, and look what happened. So, Benny, we're going to reach out to you soon, and these are yours, all three of them, because we left that up to a poll. We wanted to make sure that, if you wanted to do it individually, we would have done a drawing for each one. But all the results came back. No, I won all three. So we're a podcast of the people. We want to see what you guys think. And so, Benny, congratulations. The Sonic, this Knuckles. Well, let me go in order here. You got this Tails and your Knuckles. They are all yours. So thank you again so much. Round of applause for Benny. Congratulations. And yeah, there you go, Galaga guy. Benny and the Jets. I don't know. Maybe he's got his own band, possibly. I don't know. Well, congratulations. That's a good way to put it. Congratulations, Benny and the Jets. So, again, cannot thank you guys enough. This has been an absolute blast. Be sure, again, that you're subscribed to us, that you like our content. we'll be able to grow this podcast and we'll have more giveaways as a result. The more people that can follow us and find us. So go tell your friends, go tell your grandma. Say, hey, grandma, you want to watch a podcast about you? It's movies at grandma's house. Go tell them all about it, and we'll see how the podcast goes because we're just having a blast. We're having a fun time with it, covering these movies. And again, preview to you guys. Be on the lookout. It should be first week of January. Little Giants will be our next movie. So if you want us to start previewing that, maybe we'll try and do that as well. Kind of give you a little bit of a tease or a preview of what's to come. So any other final thoughts or anything to add there, Seth?
Thanks for all the comments. Be sure to email us if you have any anything you want to talk about as far as movies go or the podcast, or even ideas for different giveaways. I mean, so we could use the comments. So movies at grandma's house at gmail.com. We are ready for your comments and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for everything tonight.
Yeah. Thanks again, everybody. So real quick, we normally like to, just as our friendly reminder to make sure we cover our bases. Seth, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody where they can connect with us, what platforms we're on, in addition to YouTube?
Instagram and Facebook, in addition to YouTube. You can reach us at the email address, like I said, movies at grandma's house at gmail.com. And we are on Patreon, so you can become a member and keep all of the things up to date.
There you go, folks. So thank you again so much for joining. Thank you. Thank you. This was a fun, lively discussion. So we'll, again, be coming out with more episodes. Be sure to check us out, and we'll have another chance at a recap here soon on a live. So don't miss it. Don't miss it. We'll try to have a giveaway, if possible, during that time. So that'll do it for now here at Grandma's house. Don't worry, though. We will be back soon. In the meantime, guys, remember to be kind and rewind. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye, everybody.